Hello everyone and welcome back aboard the home of the Hype Train and its dedicated football team Hype Train FC. With several lockdowns gripping the UK over 2020 and the early part of 2021, the local league in the Reading area, the Reading and District Sunday League, closed its doors for the season, leaving a huge vacuum of football in the area. We here at the Hype Train teamed up with our good friends and social media junkies over at Caversham United to form the Reading Sunday Social League, an 8-team league that kicked off in April of 2021. Our mission statement was to bring Sunday League football back to the local area and to create a highly organised, ambitious league that nobody has seen before. The RSSL featured 8 teams from the Reading area, with Caversham United and ourselves joined by New England, South Bank, Tylehurst Titans, Woodley Saints, Rose and Thistle, and another team with a train for a name in Thames Valley Railway. The 8 teams in the competition will play each other once, with the top 2 advancing to a grand final on June 20th, 2021 at the Atrium Health Club down Scowers Lane in Reading. First up for the train, we made the travel out to Woodley Saints at the Berks County Sports Centre on Sunday, April the 11th, 2021, the team's first competitive outing on Sunday League football. Fitted in our green Kitlocker power-up strip, we lined up with Jake Holloway in between the sticks, with the back 4 of Jack Roche, Robert Austin, Vincent van Lembergen and Rod Stevens. In midfield, Callum Fox-Spence, Jack Reddings and Sam Bulber were in the heart of midfield, whilst we had Joe Sawyer and John Watkins out wide in support of Phil Newport in attack. Among the substitutes, Callum Parr-Jones was joined by Waleed Zaki and Owen Jones. Ahead of kick-off, the RSSL is sponsored and backed by some great companies and people in grassroots football. You can find out more about the RSSL's primary sponsors, web design agency Lens Digital, in the description below, alongside the team at Football in Berkshire, Awards FC and ourselves at the Hype Train. The first few attacks in the game are all the home team, with Woodley starting the stronger of the 2 teams. Down their left hand side they're able to skip past a challenge, with the ball fortunately falling to their left midfielder Marco, who takes a shot inward but it just doesn't go near the goal by Jake Holloway. Next, we're able to sustain some pressure of our own down our right hand side, with John Watkins doing well to get the ball past one of the Woodley midfielders. The pitch is quite bobbly down at the Berks County Sports Centre, so you're going to see a few passes that eventually bobble up into our players, and that's what Callum has to deal with here. He does really well to get the ball back inside to Jack Reddings. Jack then finds Phil Newport, and we're slowly trying to work the ball, but we lose the possession, and then Woodley go on a bit of a counter-attack here, and a couple of passes later they're through at goal, and their midfielder Rob Moody's through on goal, but the shot is weak and Jake collects it. Then within the first 10 minutes there's one final opportunity where Woodley can put some pressure on us from a set piece, and the ball's delivered to the back post and it's headed just over by their offensive player. You're about to watch a bit of a mad end-to-end sequence involving both teams here, and it all starts when we collect possession after Woodley don't clear their own lines with a set piece. Owen Jones does well to collect the ball and lash in across at the back post, which is at hand with John Watkins firing a shot at the goalkeeper, but is saved well. The ball then is frantically cleared downfield, and as you can see here, Rod Stevens at right back is tripped over by Woodley's winger, which leaves Vince van Lembergen in a one-on-one situation. Vince pulls at the opponent's shirt to try and win a cheap free kick, but Richard Aday, the referee, doesn't even notice that. The forward for Woodley, you can see, is protesting with the referee and our own players, but we're able to somehow get the ball upfield and it goes out for a throw. It's a bit of a mad minute. Woodley nearly came close with a set piece, and you're about to see how close we are. We're fractions away from hitting a Rod Stevens corner that's peach for one of us to get onto it, but it doesn't go to a man. Now we've got Woodley from a set piece here, collected well by Jake Holloway. We're not one to hark on about referees, but there's a few decisions in this game that kind of went away from both teams, which left both sets of players frustrated. As you can see here, John Watkins is taken out after winning the ball, but Richard Aday in the middle doesn't give anything. We know that a few Woodley players were looking forward to a particular moment in this game, as their manager Ian Pulfer kept referencing it to me to be included into the video, and I'm here to oblige. It all starts when we are unable to capitalise on a Rod Stevens cross into the box, which is eventually collected by their goalkeeper. He lumps it downfield, and there's a fortunate flick on by one of their players, which falls out to their left winger Marco. He takes a couple of touches and he's through at goal, but he swings and misses, with the shot going absolutely nowhere, collected by Jake Holloway. There's an instance though with their left midfielder who should have actually scored on this instance here, and it all starts when we're able to clear our lines defensively. The long punt downfield is picked up by Woodley, who do well to keep it in play. We're attempting to clear up the second ball, but their midfielder wins it and it's shifted into midfield. There's a ball over the top which fortunately reaches their player, and it falls out to their man Marco again, and he takes a couple of touches. He finally gets the shot off, but it goes inches wide if that.
Boys listening, come on, no talking please. Good parts, bad parts. I think if we keep going the way we're going, we're going to concede. I think that's the reality of it. We're giving them too many chances. We have to do something. I am open to ideas. If we have to change personnel now and then refresh, reset, happy to do it. But their midfield are pulling our midfield apart. It feels isolated. We need to figure out a way to just alleviate some pressure from ourselves. We haven't done many 1-2s. We haven't really got in our passing rhythm, and again it just seems to be a little bit rushed into the final third. I mean, we've had a couple of chances. Jono could have scored, but the way we're going, I don't want to. I think that the way we're going, we're risking it, and we can't. They've got a half-decent team, so we have to be proactive here. So, as I said, I want any opinions now before we go back home. I want leaders on the pitch.
To start the second half, Woodley had the first opportunity to break the deadlock with another set piece. The ball comes in and it's cleared off the line by Rod Stevens and then harried away. After being the stronger squad and putting some pressure on the team up until this point, the Woodley goal was eventually coming, and it come from a set piece which was eventually cleared out, and at the second time of asking, the player Rob Moody puts the ball back in and it's swept home by Blue Caswell to open the scoring for the hosts. Looking to build on their pressure after scoring early in the second half, Woodley are down on the right hand side and looking to beat their man at the left back position. The winger squares the ball into the box but is hit by crown jewels, and the ball goes out for a corner kick, and I'm eventually going down onto my knees after taking one in the sack.
Get Jack on, needs to rest them bollocks.
Yeah.
The eventual Woodley corner that came after a couple minutes of brief pause for myself. The ball gets flung in and the header is wide of the mark as Woodley continue to put a bit of pressure on our goal. Looking to alleviate some pressure, we're going up through the left hand side with Callum Fox-Spence combining with Waleed Zaki on the left. Waleed's hustled but he's calm on the ball and finds Phil Newport. Phil's able to turn in but he's taken out by his player, and we eventually win a free kick 30 yards out from goal. The set piece is stood over by Rod Stevens and he floats in an absolute peach towards the back post. The header on target by Phil Newport is saved well, and the follow-up from Sam Bolwell isn't converted as their goalkeeper picks it up, and we should have realistically been drawing 1-0. Waleed then is on the ball again as he picks up the loose possession. The ball falls out to one of their players and we're unable to clear away. Little man Sam Bolwell heads on and Callum Parr-Jones hits an absolute peach into the back of the net, so quick that Sam, the cameraman, wasn't able to pick it up, but it was our goal of the season winner come the end of the campaign.
Told you you were screaming today.
It wasn't looking like it was going to be our day straight after we scored the goal. We did so much work to get back into it, but the bobbly pitch will come back to haunt us as the ball is controlled up by Rod Stevens onto his hand, but the bobbly ball and the bobbly pitch, well, made such a big difference into Woodley getting a penalty kick. Their midfielder Rob Moody was at hand to take the penalty kick, and it was saved excellently by Jake Holloway, but the rebound fell out to Rob and the score was 2-1 to Woodley. They took the lead within 2 minutes of the equaliser. Pretty much summarising our afternoon in the office so far, we huffed and we puffed, but it wasn't just happening for us at the moment, which kind of happened when Callum Fox-Spence took an absolute knock to the head from a few yards out. It took him a few minutes to recover from this one. Right at the depth of the game, we've got a throw-in on the left-hand side, and it's thrown into the penalty area. The ball manages to go all the way through, and then Woodley find themselves on the counter-attack. Rod Stevens is charging towards the ball, but the midfielder beats him to it as Woodley look to create an overload. You can see here that there's a 2-on-1 situation, and their forward strikes in a great effort at goal, but Jake Holloway has made a fantastic save to keep the score at 2-1. It beats the penalty save in my opinion. A rebound to a penalty in the second half will condemn the boys in green to defeat on opening day of the RSSL, with Woodley ultimately having done enough to see the win across the line. Well done to their squad and their manager Ian Pulfer on the victory. Elsewhere in the RSSL, Southbank provided the first shock of the tournament as they beat Caversham United 3-2 at the Atrium, whilst Rose and Thistle were the big winners on the day as they conquered New England 4-1 at Linear Park. Tylehurst Titans and Thames Valley Railway also both managed their first points of the season in an entertaining 3-3 draw. This left the team second bottom on opening day, with the boys looking to bounce back the following Sunday as we took on Southbank at the Atrium, needing a win to kick off our RSSL campaign. Until next time, believe the hype.